Maybe not. Hey, you guys. Good evening. Good evening. Let me see. Hey, Neeb. Hey, Josie. Hey, Susan. Welcome. Thank you guys for coming and joining us tonight. We're going to be doing crafts in just a minute. I have to get caught up. We're live here on TikTok, but if you guys want to join us, we're also live on YouTube and Facebook as well. My puff is looking kind of crazy today, baby. What's going on with it? Anyways, I digress. Let me you want to sit over here closer, baby? If you guys would do me a favor when you come on and just say, hey, how you doing? And let us know where you're watching from. That would be awesome. I'm going to turn this camera around just a wee bit. And tonight, well, I'll wait because I don't see any chat yet. Now, oh, I'm learning how to do TikTok, you guys. So y'all be patient with me. But we come live every Sunday evening, you guys, and we craft. So tonight, I am going to be upcycling an old, it's actually just an old cash box. But I've already prepped it. I primed the top, and I use clear primer on the bottom. And I don't know which paper I'm going to use yet tonight, but we'll be decoupaging. And I am obsessed with milk paint. So yes, we'll be using milk paint again tonight. I'm sorry. So you can let me know if you're, I'm not on Instagram, babe, so you don't have to worry about that one. Okay. Instagram threatened me, y'all, talking about I had some suspicious activity just because I'm going live every day. Like, I thought that's what they wanted, right? What was for us to be active on their platforms? No, they threatened me. Oh, was for us to be active on their platforms. All right. Are we good to go?
Live everywhere.
Okay, can you guys hear David? Baby, why don't you move closer so you don't have to talk so loud? I know, but not, I mean, you're way over there, though. That's like, he doesn't want to be close to me because he had to work in the warehouse today. You want me to help you? No. Y'all hear that? He said, take care of yourself. That's what he said. Like that little girl on the videos. What was that? No, I'll get it later, babe. It's just a little blade. Okay, so let me let's get to business because my poor husband is tired. So I'm gonna try not to have him on too late tonight. But you want to say hi to everybody, babe?
And on YouTube we have Slow Glazer. I'm guessing because there's one S, not two. Let's see. On TikTok we have David and Vid 3. That might be me. I never go on there. Sandra.
Oh, you're doing TikTok too?
Well, yeah, you said you're on there instead of Instagram.
Oh, yeah, but you don't have to monitor though, babe.
Okay, fine, never mind.
Oh, okay.
If people have questions, we'll answer them. Pam Funnel, Antoinette, KRK 521. Just started following you on YouTube.
Oh, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
I have no comments on Facebook, but there they are.
My workspace is getting tighter and tighter, y'all.
And I apparently lost all the early ones, so I apologize. I don't know. Lee Brown, Whitney Walsh, Lee RL, Connie Berkram, Kathleen O'Brien Hoovis, Alyssa Bricker Visitin, and Melissa Natarak. And we have a question already. Lee RL says, why does it keep going away? There you go.
You don't say.
Says, what is milk paint?
Oh, we'll talk about it tonight because we're using some. So I'm going to show you guys how I mix it, and we're going to use it on our project tonight. And I cannot make up my mind which paper I want to use, so we're going to paint first. And then once we see the finish on the box, then it'll be easier for me to make a decision. I'm going to put you guys down so you can see the table, okay? It'll be easier for me to make a decision about which paper we want to put on the top. So I did use primers, you guys. I did some white primer on the top. I used white because I want a decoupage and I want my artwork from the paper to be like the main star, right? And I use clear primer on the bottom because I'm going to be using a dark finish and I do not want to have to fight with white to get my finish, done. So, oh, I need my black. So we're going to be using milk paint. Let me uncover the daily lives, you guys. I have so many projects in my workshop right now because we've been live every day. So last Sunday, you guys, we did this finish together, right? And which I love so much. And we used 2 layers of milk paint in order to get this finish. So we have this really nice kind of a grungy, it looks like old leather, right? To me, that's what it looks like. But this is just a wood art case. And then we decoupage the top with the coffee sack decoupage paper. And so I thought we would do the opposite. Last week we used our the praying wife, which is kind of the yellowy color underneath the black, and we use the black over the top. So this week I want to do just the opposite. We're going to lay down the black first, and then we're going to do the yellow over the top of that. But I don't think this gray is going to jive well. And I do think there is a chance that when we distress, we'll distress all the way back to this. So I'm trying to decide like what I want to put. Like, do I want to use a black chalk style paint, or do I want to use this color, which we may incorporate? Last week when we did our book stack, I showed you guys how I do like a faux leather using the colors. And this color, once it's waxed, it doesn't look as like purpley, but it just makes it look really rich when you use that red as opposed to like a flat red. So I kind of want to do a similar finish on our box. So I'm thinking about what I want to put underneath. I don't know. I think I'm going to go with black. Black is safe, right? So I'm going to do a quick coat of black chalk style paint on the metal on the bottom. And I've already primed my metal. So I don't think adhesion is going to be an issue for us at all. I do not have any clean brushes. Okay.
Here's what I've learned. Got to be on both YouTubes.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm wondering why there's nobody. I always look at landscape.
Yes.
So there's nobody on there. But whatever YouTube you're on, if you would please make a comment, hit the thumbs up, and the bell.
And if you guys are on YouTube, you have the option of watching either vertically or horizontally. So if you don't like watching vertically, you can pop out and look for the other stream, and it is horizontal. So like if you're watching on your TV, you probably prefer to watch horizontal than to watch vertically, right?
Right.
So
phone is vertical, TV is horizontal.
Yeah.
So we do have on the vertical Karen Nance, Redeemed, Mary Beth Martin, Lori Joan, I hope I'm saying that right. Michelle Vest from New York State, Elizabeth Geis.
Oh, Michelle, I processed your order today. Sorry.
Lori Joe says you are pretty paper and you're frozen, but it doesn't look frozen here. Vicky Zach and Louise Stevens. So I can see you from both now.
Oh, okay. So you're on the vertical and the horizontal. Okay.
Which is good for me because I
not that he doesn't like you guys, he just doesn't care for a TikTok.
Kathy B, Doris R are also watching on YouTube, and on Facebook we have Melissa Kiwi Gomez, Tucson Junksters, Alyssa Bricker Visithin. Lee RL is Robin. She forgot to mention that.
Hey, Robin. I know in Tucson Youngsters is Tammy.
Oh, that's Tammy. Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
All right. I remember.
I remember.
So if you're on Facebook, we would appreciate it if you give it a share. Of course, put in a comment, even if it's just say hi. It really does help. Let's see. Who do we want today? Let's go with the laughing emoji.
The laughing emoji.
Why not?
Okay. I'm just doing like a really thin coat of black. I really just want to do a skim coat just in case I end up distressing all the way back. That I don't see that gray. And again, if I would have had black primer, I would have used it, but I don't have black primer. But I did use clear. If I'm painting dark colors, I don't like to use white primer because it's just making problems for myself, right? Because now I have to worry about covering that bright white.
Let's see. Hey, Chris Schmidt says, "Happy frickin' cold Sunday, Royce, David, and everybody." It is. I think it's just cold across the nation, isn't it?
I think so. I mean, it is January, although we've had a really warm winter so far. So I almost hate to complain.
So Flea says hello to all the besties. Now that brings up a question for me.
Yes.
You've got the membership,
Yes.
and you've got the retreat coming up in April.
Yes.
If you're a member,
you get a discount.
You do get a discount.
It's a deep discount too. I want to say, I know Flea will probably remember. I think it's $5.50 for my members. $5.50 for my members versus the $6.45, which is the regular price. So it's a good discount for my recycled besties because I mean they're my besties. We hang out every week. So
if there's still a couple of seats open.
There's still a few seats open. So if you guys are interested in coming to Arizona, and I'm going to tell you, coming to Arizona in the spring is nice. I was going through some of my exit interviews, and Vicky was talking about how surprised she was at how beautiful it was because it was springtime. Of course, if you ask Melissa, who's from way up there in northern Canada, she would not agree. She thought it was hot. It was like 80 degrees, you guys. 85 maybe. But Vicky walked from the hotel every morning. She said it was beautiful.
80 here is gorgeous. 80 everywhere else is too hot. So just FYI.
Because it's dry. Yeah. It's a dry heat, and it really does make a difference. People laugh when we say that, but I remember going to Texas. Oh my gosh. I felt like I wasn't going to be able to breathe. It was so humid. It was so hot.
On YouTube, Carol Roy says, "I love the short wheels."
Oh, thank you.
Melissa says, "Yes, it was hot." Yeah.
What's the weather like right now where you are, Melissa? Below, how many below zero? Because I cannot even fathom. As soon as my brain hears below zero, it just shorts out. I cannot. So I guess it's relative. But yes, Melissa said she was hot. She used to be in that cool weather up there.
Lisa Vansel said there was no crafting today, which is true. You did not craft today.
No, there was no quick craft today because, you guys, we are preparing for launching the new Roycycle decoupage papers, the spring release. And so we were in the warehouse. I don't know how many of you guys follow my personal page, but if you do, you probably saw the picture of David, poor David, working at the warehouse this afternoon. That's where he spent his day off, is working today. Pobrecito. I did. I even tagged you.
But Lisa said she baked a pineapple bread pudding with caramel sauce. And apple muffins with vanilla sauce. But she failed on the white bread. It was rock hard.
Oh, well, maybe not failure. We'll just call it croutons. Let's cut it up and make it some croutons. You can cut it up and season it with some olive oil and some seasonings and put it in the oven for a few minutes. And then you have croutons for your salad. So I'm not going to paint the bottom. We're just not going to waste product for that. But I did just paint the sides black. And now we're going to talk about the milk paint. And you know what? I am fired because usually by now I could give you like really specific information about milk paint. So way back in the day, people actually use the solids from milk mixed with pigments to make paint. So that's why when you use the milk paint, you get like a finish that really does look vintage. And it's because it's replicating what was done a long time ago, right? Um, I've been loving the milk paint because of the textures that I've been able to create, but it can also create like a really smooth vintage finish as well. So, um, this was a texture I was able to create with milk paint on one of our quick crafts, and this was on metal. And this is just a popcorn tin lid, but doesn't it look like something like old that I dug out of a barn somewhere now? So I just love the finishes that I've been able to create with it. And I am so inspired that I am literally in my mind, like making up, like I have time to do it, but another course on texture, just because I love what I've been able to accomplish with the milk paint. And so it's different than the chalk style paint. It behaves completely different. So, you're looking at this and you're thinking, oh, that's a really cool tin that Roy scored on the pick. But no, it's a popcorn tin. And it's because I've been able to accomplish this really cool finish using this product. So I'm a little obsessed with it right now, and it is what it is. I would apologize, but I'm not going to. So we're gonna do kind of a leather look on this metal tonight, and we'll see what happens. The one thing about milk paint is it's really unpredictable, so I don't know what's gonna happen.
Robin asked, could you show the package again? She was looking away.
So this is Amy Howard's milk paint, but you can also use, oh, somebody tell me the other brand, because a lot of the retailers carry, is it Miss Lily's milk paint? You guys help me out. Um, but this one is called a Praying Wife, and I love this color so much. So this is going to be our primary color that we're going to use on top tonight. But I do want to go underneath with some black milk paint because it just gives it a different vibe than if I just went right over this black chalk style paint. And the thing about the Wise Out chalk style paint is that it does it cures. Like it's not cured. It usually takes like 30 days for it to cure completely. But because I use heat to dry it, like it's not gonna move, I guess. Unless I really want to. Sweet Pickens. There we go. Thank you. Thank you, Flea. Sweet Pickens milk paint is another brand that a lot of people use as well. And I think that's probably the ones that most retailers have in stock is the Sweet Pickens milk paint, which I have, but all I have is green in that brand.
Louise Stevens asks, Royce, you have the dress form paper in your store. She's closer to you than one of your retailers. You don't have a store, a physical store.
I don't have a physical store. Where are you?
So, I mean, I think you can order online.
Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know if I have any. I have some in stock. I know I do. I have to check my online stock and make sure it's. Oh, so there is a Miss Lillian. Okay.
Yeah, Chris Schmidt said it.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Where is she? Melissa Nadarek says currently it's 4 below 0 or 20 below Celsius. Connie Berkram. Tomorrow's going to be minus 20 to minus 30 wind chill.
Oh my goodness, Connie. Wisconsin. I'm sorry.
Chris Schmidt, it's 15 degrees where she's at, 4-degree wind chill. Tomorrow the high will be 8 with a wind chill of 4 to 8 to 10 below.
No.
Lee says she can barely hear me. See?
I know. We just cannot work out the deal with the freaking mics. I think it's better with your headset, baby.
Yeah, but then there's an echo. Louise Stevens is in Parker, Colorado. You're close, but yeah, order online. Just go to RoyceCycledTreasures.com.
And then we do have retailers in Colorado, though.
Depends on where she's at in Colorado. If she's closer to Four Corners, then she might, than Denver.
Yeah.
So. Kathy P says, I just started playing with milk paint, so I'm glad you're doing this.
I like to mix mine a little thicker, but milk paint is kind of sneaky. Like when you first mix it, you think it's like really thick, but it's like it collects all the water, and then when it's like fully saturated, it releases water. It's really strange. Not strange, it's just interesting. So I like to take my time. So it feels too thick right now, but I'm gonna set it aside and let it chill out and come back to it because I don't want it to be too loose. And it says to do equal parts paint and water, but y'all know I don't follow the rules. And because I want texture, I'm really not following the rules. So
Michelle Best says Homestead also.
oh, it has a milk style
Has
paint.
milk paint. And Made on Maple Lane asks, did you stop selling your aprons?
Um, you know what? That's a really good question because I have a ton of them. I don't know why I don't have them listed on my website. If you come to the retreat, you can get a retreat apron. Everybody gets an apron at the retreat. And for my people who are coming back, yes, you guys get a new apron. So you don't have to bring last year's apron.
Somebody check on Robin. I think she's having a stroke because she says, I can't wait to get back to Ohio. It's been too warm in Southern California. I love the cold.
Well, some people like the cold, baby.
I know.
I'm not some people, but some people do like the cold.
Well, if you come to the retreat, you get an apron, right?
Yes, that's what I just said.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
Reading.
You were reading. But no, you make a good point because I have aprons. I should list them on the website.
Lee is a California girl to the core. She does not like being cold. Lee, I'm from the Midwest. I'm with you. Cold stinks.
I'm a desert rat. I'm like a California / desert rat. So I just really cannot with the cold. I mean, I will if I have to, I guess, but no. I remember my friend, she worked for the feds and she was going to be going to Colorado for training. We were looking for a real coat in Arizona, baby. We did not find one. I just want to say that.
If you go up to Flag, you can.
Yeah, but we were like, we're in southern Arizona, so we were looking down here, even in Phoenix. Like we could not find like real. We found jackets, but they weren't like made for the real cold. Okay. So I just mixed that. And one of the cool things about the milk paint is it's stored in a powder. So as long as it doesn't get wet, you guys, it keeps like forever. And I'm going to put one coat of the black milk paint on here. And I did mix mine thicker. And it's because I want a lot of texture. And so I like it a little thicker than you probably see people use it generally. I'm always like off label when I use my products.
Another request to list your aprons.
Okay. I will list, I have to go upstairs and count. I say upstairs, but I have a loft in my warehouse and it's like a leaning ladder. It's really not stairs. But I'll go up there tomorrow and take a quick inventory and get those listed because I have them. I don't know why they're not listed.
Kara Saltzman says, hope your plans turned out for the shipping at the warehouse.
We did. We got a lot of work done today. Although I forgot that tomorrow. I don't know how I forgot, but I forgot that tomorrow is MLK Day. So the post office is closed. So for my retailers, I'm so sorry. But your stuff will go out Tuesday. But I have stuff. We have quite a few orders already packed. My goal is to get for everyone who participated in the pre-sale. Like I am going to have those orders packed and ready to go out first thing Tuesday morning. And because I had a handful of people come on to recycle, like onboarded in the middle of this launch process. And so I'm sorry, because I know a lot of them are probably like, I didn't have the option to participate in a pre-sale. I'm going to try to get everybody's stuff out next week. Don't worry. I'm not going to like sit on everyone's orders for a week. But we do try to get the people who participated in the pre-sale out right away. And then the other ones will go out like soon after that. My goal is to have everything out by like Thursday. And I'm kind of cheating. We're working from East Coast to West Coast. So like all the orders that I did today were Florida, New York, Ohio, And we're going to work our way west. That way, I'm kind of hoping that means everybody gets their papers before Sunday.
So I know you showed the new papers to the membership.
I did. My bestie saw the new papers. Yes.
So when does the general public get to see? Well, and that helps them pre-order, right?
Well, the besties aren't, or well, they know. I guess they can reach out to their recycled retailers and be like, "Hey, I want to order these papers."
Right.
Yeah.
When does non-members? When
So
do non-members get to see?
Everybody else, if you are a recycled insider, you will probably get you'll get an email Friday or Saturday with a sneak peek. So if you're a recycled insider, they always get a sneak peek of the new release before it comes out to everyone. If you're interested in being an insider, you can put hashtag insider. If you're on Facebook, if you are on YouTube, you guys check out the YouTube community and I will put a post in there where you can sign up to be a recycled insider. And we'll be doing a release Sunday. So a week from tonight, we're going to come tonight. I'm going to show you guys the new designs and then we're going to create some stuff really fun. We'll probably get one project done after showing design. So it'll be on our Chattin and Craftin next Sunday. You guys will get to see the new release.
And there's no cost to be an insider, right?
Nope, there's no cost to be an insider. I generally send out a weekly email unless I'm like launching a new course or doing an announcement for a new release. Then you probably get like 2 emails in a week. I am not super spammy, but you will get regular emails from me. The emails are inspirational. Sometimes I share crazy stuff in my life that happens. Every month you get a resource. So like this month's resource, which the email for this week, I didn't get it out. I'm going to get it out. This month's resource is going to talk about different ways to seal your decoupage projects, depending on what you're using them for. And I'll give you guys like options of products you can use, when to use those products, things like that. And so I have different resources every month for my recycled insiders. And you guys also get to get sneak peeks on new stuff, whether it's stencils or paper or the new product that I have coming out in a couple of months now. So my insiders generally get the scoop first.
Well,
members get the first scoop, but then the insiders get the next first scoop.
Can't be a next first. It's a second.
Okay. Insiders get the second scoop. Unless you're a recycled besties, then you get the first scoop and the second scoop. And the reason why I'm drying it as I go, you guys, is because the milk paint will run more readily. And so I'm just like drying the top surface just so when I flip it over, I don't have to worry about it running and me getting like drippies because I don't like drippies. Oh man, I got paint right there. I got some powder, so that's going to impact how my black looks, but it's fine. It's fine. Everything is fine. And even when it's not fine, it's fine. And if you are on Facebook and you want to know more about the retreat, you can put hashtag retreat and you'll get a message. And I was working on, we did exit interviews after the retreat last year, which I'm not sure if my people appreciate it or not, but I wasn't there. My assistant actually did the interviews. I think we'll have David do it this year. What do you can you do those this year, babe?
What day?
The exit interviews?
What day?
The last day of the retreat. Sunday?
Well, because Sunday is like not a required day.
Well, I know, but whoever's there, okay, we can do it. We can do them Saturday and Sunday.
Well, remember, Saturday I got to break away for a little bit. I have to work.
Yeah, that's his story, and he's sticking to it. But yes, we can do them Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday.
I mean, this is what happens. A lot of people leave on Saturday, but I think everybody who left early last year regretted leaving early. Because Kathy was talking about it. She said if she had an opportunity to come again, She really wants to, but she's just not able to because of some things. But she said that she would have come on Wednesday and left on Monday. Because the event starts Thursday evening with a meet and greet, and then we're together all day Friday, all day Saturday, and then half a day on Sunday. But they left early, so she wasn't here Sunday.
If you're on YouTube, hashtag Insider will not get you what you need.
It won't, but I'm gonna put a post. So if you guys go to my YouTube channel when we're done, you'll see a tab for a community. If you click on there, there's a whole feed on there, and so I'll go in there and I'll put a post in there for you guys so that you can find it, the hashtag insiders, and I believe it's also on my channel description. And again, I'm not drying it completely. I'm just drying it enough so it doesn't run when I turn it over. I don't mind distressed, but drips are just something that just makes my neck twitch. I remember we moved into this house. I live in my grandmother's house, so it was my uncles who did it, but it's like drip, drip, drips everywhere. So there I was with my razor blade scraping off all those drips from their paint jobs.
Well, Felicia, she's not leaving till Monday.
Yeah, I know. They're coming Tuesday. There's a group of ladies that are coming Tuesday, and they're leaving on Monday.
Plan something for Tuesday.
I want to. I'm going to talk to Karen over at the Layton House and see if we can plan something.
I was thinking Kachina.
Oh, I don't know.
So for those that aren't aware, we have natural hot springs here.
We do.
And we've got a place that does the hot springs and massage and that sort of thing. So, I mean that's mine.
That's his 2 cents for what will be fun. So this is going to be my first coat of milk paint, and I'm going to put a second coat. And somebody's watching me going, oh my gosh, Royce, what are you doing? Because it's not like flat and pretty, but I don't want it to be flat and pretty. So if you're new to Royce Cycle, I guess I should introduce myself. If you're new here, my name is Royce Hunt Bell, and the voice you hear behind the camera is David Bell. And together we make up Royce Cycled Treasures. And Royce Cycled Treasures empowers creation through quality craft supplies, inspiration, instruction, and I always forget my third one, encouragement. There we go. And so if you guys meet us here every Sunday, we are crafting and chatting. Right now, I am live every single day. Well, not every single day, almost every day in the month of January to jumpstart our creativity in the month for 2026, which, by the way, is working. Like, I am so jazzed right now. I have so many ideas. I was telling David, I really have too many ideas for the number of lives I have left over, but it's good. It's good. It really has jump started. And it just makes the point that if you are in a creative rut, the best way to get out of it is to create, which seems counterintuitive because it's like, what am I supposed to create? Start with something simple and just start creating something. And you will be encouraged by that, or you'll be inspired, because what happens is you do one thing and that one thing inspires the next thing, and that inspires the next thing. I do want to make sure that this layer is dry before I go over with the next layer. Maybe I put it on pretty thick in some places. So while I'm drying this, you guys, I'm going to put a quick video on. It's like less than a minute. So if you guys will watch it, and then we come back, we will talk about it a little bit. And if you guys have any questions, you can ask questions. if I can find it. It's 48 seconds exactly. If you've been craving time, if you've been craving time just for you, time to create, to breathe, to reconnect with who you are, I want to personally invite you to the 2026 Recycled Besties Retreat. We're gathering in beautiful downtown Safford, Arizona for 3 days of creativity, connection, and rest. All your creative supplies are provided, breakfast and lunch are taken care of, and you'll even receive exclusive recycled retreat only goodies. We are already over halfway full, so if your heart's been whispering maybe, this is your moment to say yes. Click the link to claim your seat. I would love to meet you here. And so if you you guys, I really would encourage you guys to come. I do have some testimonials, but I'll play them later on from our exit interviews so you guys can hear from the attendees, not just from me. And so you guys can see how my black isn't like super black. And where it is darker, that's just moisture underneath the paint, but we're okay. But when I go over with the wax, that it will deepen. So if you use like clay-based paint, you're probably already used to the process of this happening when it dries, and then when you go over it, it gets richer again. So we're gonna go over this now with the second coat of the milk paint, and I'm hoping to get like a leather look is what I want for my box, even though it's metal. I could have put like a really simple coat. Let me see. Did I do something last week with metal and the green paint?
Louise,
Oh yeah.
Louise Stevens, we will check on who's a retailer in Colorado for you.
Yes. And the ladies it's the ladies from Colorado who came to the retreat last year. This is one I did where I just did like a plain coat of the milk paint. You guys see how it's just there's no brush strokes. There is it looks rustic because there's crackle, but like there's no brush strokes. It just evens out beautifully and it just has like a really cool antique look. So this one I just painted. I didn't do like a whole bunch of stuff. And then this is from a piece of recycled decoupage paper. And I did go over it with a dark wax though. So it's just a different look than the other paints. But I'm going to be doing a finish tonight. We're doing like a leather look finish. I'm going to paint fabric with this milk paint and see what happens. I'm just curious to see what happens. So I won't do a piece of furniture though. When I'm experimenting, I try to start small. So I'm going to start with probably a pillow. I'll go to the thrift store and nab me a pillow and then I'll experiment on that or a pillow sham and see if my process will work. So I'm going to go right over this black. And this color is called a praying wife. I love this color so much. I did pick up another color from another brand that I think is similar, but I don't know. I guess I should play with it and see. I'm going to show you guys in just a second. So this is what it looks like when it's wet. Of course, it's going to dry and it's going to look ashy. And that's just the best word I have to describe it, Flea. I know you're laughing. But you see, this is from DIY. And this color is called Summer Crush. It's kind of the same. It's a little bit more orange, but it's kind of the same. So I want to experiment with this too to see. I love teaching paint finishes. And if you guys are looking for like creative paint finishing, whether it's using texture or painting fabric, I do have master classes at roycycledacademy.com. I have a decoupage with confidence course. There's a texture master class. There is a fabric painting master class. I started off just wanting to teach the leather look, but I ended up teaching a whole bunch of other stuff. So if you're looking to kind of extend your creativity and learn some other techniques, the classes are there. And each one also has like a workbook. And you guys have access to the replays for a year. And somebody was giving me a hard time because I don't do a lifetime access, but how long is a lifetime? Really? That's what I'm saying. Like I know, but like I've purchased lifetime products And you get emails from the person and they're apologizing because they're either not able to sustain on the platform anymore, or they're reorganizing their company. You know what I'm saying? Like, stuff happens. And I just figure a year is good. So
Angie Champagne doing my work for me. Whitney and Bell Goods in Colorado.
thank you, Angie. I was feeling bad because I know, but I couldn't remember. I ran into a pothole. That's what I call it when I try to remember something. Because I just saw their post today. Actually, they're the ones who did the clipboard that inspired my craft yesterday. Because they used a paper that I really hadn't looked at in a long time. The Botanical Masterboards paper. And I was like, ooh, I forgot how pretty that paper was. I guess I should get in the frame. And you guys, I'm going over super soft with my brush, and I'm basically just like laying the paint on there. If I get too aggressive, I'll pick up the paint from underneath, and I really don't want to do that. See what I'm saying? It starts to pick it up. So when that happens, I'm going to stop. Although the first day I was touching it on accident and I was picking up paint, but now I kind of like that look. So I'm going to do a couple of spots on purpose to see if I can replicate that. Because I want it to be distressed. And if you are a creative business owner and you are looking for a brand to add to your selection, consider Roycycled Treasures. Our buy-in is pretty low, and our requirements to stay active is super reasonable. I offer quarterly trainings for your business to help you to grow your business and to maintain. We do offer territory protection. Our base is 20 miles, so you don't have to worry about bringing in a product into your like antique mall and then having somebody else come in. And even you guys, when you log on to like a dashboard as a retailer, you have access to past classes that I've taught on decoupage, on using our stencils, and you guys have free access to any future classes that I teach specifically for decoupage and or stencils. So we basically do a training for the retailers, but we offer an opportunity for everyone to purchase. So if you're a retailer, you have free access to those classes as well. My goal is that you'll feel comfortable using the product and that you'll learn creative ways to use it so that you can equip your customers to be able to create. It just kind of goes back to our mission as a company, which is to really empower people to be creative. And if you are interested, you can fill out the inquiry form on my website at roycycled.com, and my assistant Stephanie will touch base with you. Laying it on really soft so I don't pick up anything. And then we're going to follow that step again. And again, if I flip this paint is going to run. So that's why I'm taking the time to dry it after each application. And while this is drying, I'm going to play, like I have several testimonies, but I was doing one and Terry made me tear up a little bit. So I'm going to play one. This was like 40 seconds. By the time this is dry, you guys, it'll be done.
I just want to say that Royce was, just an extremely very thorough teacher. And
Phenomenal.
She also let us have our own playtime. And I really did like that. And she gave us guidance. So she didn't tell us what to do. She just guided us to how to do it and not, even how to do it, but just be your own mad scientist. And I really liked that she trusted us to bring out our own creativity and do what was in our heart and what we liked. Like, this is totally me. It's not Royce, it's me.
I picked the wrong one, you guys. It's okay. We'll show Terry later. But that was Connie and Teresa. They're hilarious, by the way. It was really fun getting to know everyone at the retreat. Like, I have people that I had quite a few retailers who came to the retreat last year. So I've been working with them, right? Or people in like the creative space that I've either collaborated with before or I've, met online, but meeting them in person is really fun because you really get a sense of their personalities. And there was a lot of laughing going on at that retreat.
Especially at that table.
Oh, yes. They were the misbehaviors. I already told them. They were in the middle and the back. They were having a good time because I think there were 6 or 7 of them that kind of came together. And so that's the thing too, you guys, this could be a really good girlfriend trip. Like, if you have a group of girlfriends, maybe you guys live in different places, but you all love to create, this could be a really good trip. We had a mom and daughter. I think we had 3 mother-daughters. And friends who came together. My ladies from Pinterest came. Well, Vicky came, but Vicky was following me before Pinterest. But and they were giving me the side eye too. Like, what do you have us doing? And my goal is for you to be a mad scientist. So we do experiments, like hands-on experiments. You guys do them. You don't watch me do them. I'll show you like how everything works, but then you get to do the experiment. And for those of you who came last year, we will have the tables raised this year. So it'd be more comfortable at the stations. George doesn't know it yet, but he's going to be making them with PVC pipes. No, I have some that I bought, and I'm like, this is just PVC pipe with a cap on it. Like, we could make that. And the ones that I made were really tall. Remember we had it at Pinners? So I don't want the tables to be that tall because then my shorties won't be comfortable. But I'm thinking like countertop height would be good. Any questions, babe? No? Okay. You guys, can I do one more? I'm going to do one more video, I promise. And I won't do another one for a while. But this is one I meant to play.
One thing I would say is I would encourage anyone to come and do this. I have been very, very sick for a long time here. And I quit my job. And this was just something I did for me. And I'm ready to come back next year. I think everybody needs to take time out for themselves and do this. And there's all these people that you connect with, just from all over the country, and everybody has their own story and their own abilities and all that. And it was just a great time to be with everyone.
I meant to grab was my sea sponge, but it's okay. I'll use a brush. Okay. So I think that's mostly dry. And you guys see what's happening? I have some crack-a-lacking that's going on right here and right here. And so it's going to chip back to the black, though. If I had the gray, then it would chip back to the gray. And that wouldn't be good. And some areas are going to have more chipping. These spots are where I touched it and pulled up the paint a little bit. So we're starting to build like this really yummy textured finish. And I love these so much. It brings me so much joy to be able to create texture like this. And I'm not even using like a texture medium or anything. I'm literally just you know, manipulating the paint a little bit. I mix it a little thick, and I'm putting on layers. And then I'm going to go in and add some, oh, I don't have a round brush. Let me see. I'm going to go in with that kind of red paint that I showed you guys earlier. And we're going to add some distressing to the edges.
Penny Bourbon says, I really like how that distressing work with the gray showing through.
Yeah, and that gray is going to turn darker. As soon as I put the wax on there, everything is going to get darker and richer. It's like an almost black, though. It's not quite black, but it'll get a lot richer. When I was working on these, this was the same, that noir black, the milk paint, but I used a brown wax on this one. And so this was the color that I got. But when I did my other tin, I wanted it to be darker. And so I used a black wax. And so same color, but I sealed it with the black wax and I got a much deeper black color. And so it's super fun to play with because, like, I don't know, I'm having way too much fun with this milk paint. And the ladies were harassing me because I'm just now discovering it. But I used it before and it was like fine, but I don't think I played with it like with texture before. I just like paint it with it.
Lisa Vansel says, I always thought it would be cool to retrofit a newspaper box to put in a craft mall with recycled papers, changing it out every week.
That would be cool. I mean, like a vending machine for recycled decoupage papers.
There you go.
Right? So I just have a little bit of paint I put here on my mat. You guys know I love my mat because I have yet to find anything that sticks to it. This brush is a little wetter than I'd like it to be, but it's what we have. So this is a round brush. I like using round and oval brushes because I can get more organic application than I can with a square brush. You guys know how you use a square brush and you can like see the edge of where the brush stopped. And my paint is going on, well, I guess it's fine. It is going on a little bit darker than I like, and it's because the bristles are wet.
Joan Volkman says she's sad because she used to say she was watching from Kenosha, Wisconsin. And 6 months ago, she had to move to West Allis, Wisconsin.
Okay. Is that worse?
It's West Allis is a suburb of Milwaukee.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. Come on now.
Come on now.
You know me. I love it all.
Yes. And I'm just like putting in, you know, you guys see that? You guys know old Italian leather, like how it looks? That's what I like to replicate. It's my favorite finish ever. If you guys have ever seen the chair that I painted using a similar technique, you guys saw like, you guys know what I'm talking about. I should put a lot right here too, because like somebody's probably touching this spot a lot right around that latch. I might use a small brush though, so I can have a little bit more control there. Or maybe not, that's okay. And so when you're looking at old leather, sometimes the hide is just stained, right? Because they're using like a natural product. But sometimes when you look at really old leather, the darkening is happening because of the oil on our hands. So like you look at a chair and it'll be darker, maybe where on the arms where people have put their hands a lot, or on the back where they've rested their heads. And so I know you guys are tired of me saying this, but whenever I'm distressing something, I'm generally thinking about like how I want it to look, because you guys see I'm doing a halo because that's what I do, but also how the item would have been used and where would there have been like a natural distressing, like where would that have occurred. So like here, right, if I'm going and hitting this latch all the time, then it just makes sense that there'd be a lot of wear and tear right here. Or there'd be a lot of touching right here, so it'd be darker. I'm gonna run out of time. Oh, maybe not. I'm gonna try to finish painting by 7, so we have enough time to decoupage. I know. I'm almost done. Maybe it won't be 7, but it'll be soon after. And you guys, I'm basically dry brushing. I'm picking up very little paint. I'm putting it on the corners first because I know that's where I want the majority of my paint to be, and kind of offloading my brush there. And then once I've offloaded and I'm like comfortable, then I can come in and kind of brush it across my edges.
Chris Schmidt says, as Ricardo Montalban said, rich Corinthian leather.
Rich Corinthian leather. That's probably a line from something very specific, isn't it?
Chrysler New Yorker, I believe. Ricardo Montalban was Mr. Rourke on Fantasy Island, and he was the pitch man for, I want to say it was the New Yorker.
Oh. Fantasy Island. I remember watching Fantasy Island and The Love Boat. Like those two shows live together in my mind. The Love Boat.
Yeah, one was at 8 o'clock, one was at 9 o'clock.
Oh, so that's why.
Or 9 and 10 if you lived on the East Coast or West Coast.
You guys remember back in the day when you could only watch shows when they came on? Back in the day when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Okay. And I know for you who are watching, you're probably like, oh, why does she always have to do complicated paint finishes? I know. I'm sorry. And right now, I am so inspired, you guys. I just cannot. My mind is not resting right now at all. So I dream about these things when I go to sleep at night. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. So, like somebody asked last week if we could paint the paintable decoupage papers before we decoupage them. And I got to go back and figure out who that was because I want you to know that I've lost sleep coming up with an answer for that question. And I have an answer for that question. So, tomorrow for Recycled Quick Craft, I'm going to be on at 10 a.m., you guys. I have to, because I have to get to the warehouse and get the rest of the papers out. So I'm going to come and do my live early so my day isn't broken up. And B, we're going to do like finishing up details like we did last Monday. We still have a couple of clipboards. We need to decoupage the back. And my attempt to do 3 books in a book stack in one sitting was just not good. So we still have to finish those books. And that's going to be plenty for tomorrow. But for Tuesday's quick craft, we are going to paint the recycled decoupage paper before we, como se dice? Before we decoupage it. And I'm going to show you guys a system to be able to do that. And the reason why I thought about it is because we're doing some experiments inside the Recycled membership. And I'm like, oh, this would be perfect for that. So inside of the Recycled Besties membership, you guys, we do a lot of experimentation. They get to see my crazy mind stuff. And you guys, I have another one for you. I think we're doing stencils and a gel plate this Wednesday, but I do have another crazy like little offshoot for you with that. And I'm super excited about it. So if you guys like madness, I'm a mad scientist. And there's a lot of madness that goes on in the membership. And there's a lot of really good community too. I'm blessed with a group of really talented ladies, and they're super generous with their gifts. It's so wonderful. And you guys are in trouble because there's no guest for February. So you guys get me 3 times next month. No guests yet. The person I had lined up isn't answering me. So I have to figure it out.
He says now all the cash boxes at church are going to end up painted and decoupaged. First the clipboards, then the stools, now this.
Now that, yeah, Flea, I'm getting a lot of chippage. I don't know how I feel about that. Everything. I remember when I started Roycycled, and my program manager for the Meals on Wheels program, because you guys know I was still working full time when I started Roycycled, she discovered decoupage, and like we told her husband he better not sit still because he might get decoupage. We told Oscar, we're afraid for you, Oscar. Don't sit still too long because Sharon might get you. I'm taking this dry brush, you guys, and I'm just anything that's going to flake, I want it to flake now, right? I don't want it to flake like later when I don't expect it to. So I'm just going in and I'm encouraging any of that flaking to come off now. And it's interesting, right? Because like this side, I hardly got any flaking at all. And on the front here, I got a bunch of flaking. And I did, before we started tonight, I cleaned the entire box with alcohol, and I went over it with a clear primer. So the surface is the same on all the sides, but you guys can see how the finish is different on each side. Very interesting. So I'm going to open this and wax it because I don't want to get any wax on my lid because we're going to be decoupaging. And I'm going to show you guys the magic that happens when you add the wax. So I'm going to start. I know I tell you guys, when I give you guys information, I never want you guys to think of it as rules, right? It's just instruction, something for you to think about. The general rule is you want to start with clear wax first when you wax your project, because especially with really, really thirsty products like a chalk-based paint, a clay-based paint, and even milk paint, if I went right over this with dark wax, it would get dark like immediately, right? And I would lose control of how dark it gets. I'm going to break my rule a little bit right now, but it's for a reason. It's not random. I'm going to go around my edges, and I want them to be darker. So I'm going to go in with that dark wax, and I'm going to push even further that dark color. And this is why your red really doesn't end up looking red, because I'm going right over it with the dark wax. And I want those edges to be darker. You guys see that? But you guys can see how the paint finish goes from being ashy to being like more rich once you add that wax.
She has a theory the thickness of the milk paint affects how much chipping you get.
I think so, Flea. I tried to be consistent, but I don't know. Maybe I was thinner on the sides than I was on the front. But yes, Flea, I agree with your theory. And so I know that you guys are thinking, oh, why are we going to go watch Royce live? She's just going to decoupage. And it's true. I'm probably going to decoupage, but I teach a lot of other stuff too, you guys, not just decoupage. The fun stuff that goes with your decoupage too. And I need to do a project with my stencils. I was packing stencils today. One of my favorite ones is the crockery stencil. I think we'll probably do something with that one. And the cloche. The cloche, I love that one too. And again, right now, I'm just going around the edges because this is dark paint. And then I'll go in with the clear paint. I'm sorry, wax. And then I'll go in with the clear wax and wax everything. And then we'll come back in with dark wax over that clear wax just to kind of pull everything together.
Elizabeth Geis and Lisa Van still agrees. But Elizabeth says, I don't even understand what a gel plate is used for.
Oh, it is so much fun. We had gel plates at the retreat last year. Everybody had their own gel plate. And I think that out of all the like surveys and everything, that's the thing that everyone was the most excited about. So the gel plate is a way for you to be able to transfer designs. You build them on your plate and then you can put them on paper. You can transfer images. I don't know. I don't even have like a quick short description for you because there's so much you can do with it. So much so that last year I taught the gel plate in my membership and I tried to do everything at once. So this year I am going to be more concise with each lesson so we can explore one specific thing. So like this week we'll be exploring the gel plate with stencils. And we'll be going over the different options. I'm not even going to say all the options because I don't know if I even have the ability to do all the options because the gel plate is just, I don't know. There's so much you can do with it. So now I have some clear wax, you guys, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to clear wax everything. And I'm going to show you guys here. You see how the paint looks over here and how it looks over here? Like the wax just wakes it up. And the milk paint is going to absorb that wax and it seals and protects the surface, but it also like absorbs into the milk paint. It's just so beautiful.
All right, so playing catch up on TikTok.
Yes.
Because I've not been looking yet.
Okay.
I've been watching the 2 YouTubes. Karen Fox says, I'm saving all my tins to make vintage.
Yeah.
JR High says,
oh, is that like, I was going to say, it is a cash box. That's Andrea's brother.
Oh, that's JR.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, JR. I like JR.
Yes.
Because he's taller than me. I like anybody who's taller than me. And artist Kelly Weiler says hello.
Hello.
Jane Cannell asks, what are you doing? So what are you working on for anybody who came in late?
So this is just an old cash box, you guys, and we are going to upcycle it to make it look like something fun and vintage. I'm doing a paint finish on the bottom using milk paint primarily, and I just applied some waxes on it, and we're going to decoupage the top with some recycled decoupage paper. So we did the clear wax. I'm going to go back in with the dark wax to unify everything, and then we're going to get to our decoupaging before I run out of time. Yes.
Michelle Best on YouTube says, I want to learn gel plates. So be a member.
Yeah, come and join the Recycled membership, you guys. We take deep dives. It's not like surfacey learning. We take deep dives on different things, and the curriculum really is guided by the members. So we spent a few weeks on ways to turn like regular glass into vintage mirrors because one of the members really wanted to learn how to do that. And so we took a deep dive on that. And I mean, I'm trying to think of other things that we've done, but I can't remember anything right now.
Lisa Vancil, I wonder if the wooden canning jar lids will become popular decoupage lids.
Oh, I think that that's a good idea, Lisa.
Tammy at Tucson Junksters, I don't know why you went away, says, I've been to one of Royce's retreats. She was at your first one.
Yes.
Yeah.
My retreat for my retailers. Yeah.
And says she teaches so many fun things. And that was just for retailers.
Yeah.
For the public, there was a lot last year.
There was. And honestly, I had so much fun watching everyone last year because we had stations. And I encouraged everyone to be mad scientists. And experiment. And it's, to me, the discovery is more about discovering you. And so I can't remember which part I cut for Connie's that I showed a few minutes ago, but Connie was saying how when she finished her project, it was completely her, right? And it's because she made all the components based on what she prefers and what she likes. So it was completely her voice. And even though, we all kind of did the same thing, everybody's project was completely different. And we did one project, but there were so many steps involved because we created everything for that project. The stamps, the stencils, like they created everything. They mixed their own paints. We spent time talking about, how to mix colors. I don't want to say color theory because for some reason that scares people when I use that language, but we talked about some things about color theory and we gave people enough information for them to come up with their very own color palette. So everything that you did was from you. And so your final project was all you. Um, and I'm hoping that the ladies who came walked away with new strategies, new information that they were able to utilize and continue creating long after the retreat was over.
And Skinner says you can also do it with cigar boxes, but the truth is, it looks like a cigar box.
I know, it looks like a cigar box now. What do you guys think?
And Kathleen Nuvas says, what are you planning for the white edge of the box?
So we're gonna decoupage. So let me clean up a little bit. I put too much red paint there. I hate to waste that, but I don't want to get paint on my paper, so it's got to go. You don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. And I have like 15 minutes. So I'm going to try to move quickly. I do feel like, though, that I'm going to have to add some grunge to the top of this because if we have some nice, clean decoupage paper, it's going to look weird. So I'm just going to take like leftover ink on my ink dauber and I'm going to add it to the edge of this. I think I have enough, maybe not. Why does it look green? I must have used green ink at one time. Let me, I'm using some permanent ink, you guys. I'm going to pick up a little bit more because it's looking green and that is not the look that I'm going for. So let me pick up some more ink on here. And I'm also going to put a little bit of the turmeric on there. I always like to warm up my black ink with a little bit of the turmeric or like a yellow. I have IOD inks, so I'm using turmeric, but you can use any permanent ink. Usually I mix them, but I'm in a hurry now, so this will be fine. Okay. So I'm going to go around the edge of my piece and I'm going to because it would look weird if it was all like pristine on the top and the bottom is like all grunged up. And I'm just smearing that ink. I don't want it to be such the line to be so obvious, right? Even though this is going to be under my paper and it's going to be pretty subtle. I still like to, I don't know why that's looking green. That is so weird. Maybe it's me. Does it look green to you guys? Do it this way.
It keeps moving in and out of focus.
I know. Oh, is it? I hate that my camera does that. Maybe this ink will help. And so I'm dabbing and going over it because if I let the ink dry, then it won't move, right? So I'm going to have more control if I do it while the ink is nice and wet. And this is just a ratty old brush. It's dry. And doing this has become its purpose. Okay. And again, this is going to be under my paper, so it's going to be really subtle. I am going to go in with my embossing gun, and I'm going to heat this up because I need this ink to set, because I'm going to decoupage on top of it, and I don't want it running all over the place. And I'll come back and probably add some to the edges. The good thing about metal is it heats up really quickly, so this should happen fairly quickly. Can I show you guys another testimonial? Will you guys kill me if I do that? I just feel like if you guys hear from other people that it's not me, it's other people talking about the retreat.
Royce gave us permission to do whatever, which I loved. I've been to lots of seminars and whatever. I'm a quilter, and so I've been to quilting classes where the teacher wants you to do it just like they do it. And it was refreshing that she just let us run.
And if you're on TikTok and you're curious or you want more information about the Recycled Besties retreat, just hit me up on Messenger and I'll send you the information. And you keep hearing the ladies saying that I let them do what they want to do. This is what we did last year. Because I do not want to teach you guys how to do one thing. Like, that's not my goal. I want to give you guys tools, and then you guys use those tools in a way that makes sense to you. So we had stations, and everybody built their own like components for their final project. So all I did was teach you how to do each thing, and then you decided like what you're gonna do, if that makes sense. So when people say I just let them go, you know, I mean, I don't know.
Betty Hiltz, is it from the dauber or is it pulling something?
Oh, I know. It might be pulling something from white too. You're right. It could be. Although that's white primer, and I primed this a couple of days ago, so it shouldn't be pulling anything from there. I'm filling it to see if it's warm enough for me to like feel good about. I wonder if I shouldn't have thrown away my red paint. Maybe that would have been better. Oh well, we're here now, so we're gonna move forward. So I pulled out this paper. You guys, y'all hurt my heart because I love this paper so much, and it just wasn't that popular. So I thought about using, this one is my favorite one, the one with the red and the green. But this one kind of would make more sense with this piece. So I thought about using this paper, but I don't know. I think the box isn't quite big enough maybe for this paper, but that would be really pretty, right? Having that in the center.
Gary Sanchez popping in on Facebook.
Hey, Ariana. What do you guys think? So I thought maybe this one would be nice, especially you remember what the bottom looked like, right? So I thought this one would look nice. Or I could go with my traditional, like, kind of a industrial look. And I was like, this is the industrial masterboard paper. And I was thinking that this octopus and this topography would look really cool on top of here. Like the octopus coming off the edge, right? I think I like that better. I think I'm going to go with that. I know I asked you guys, but I think I made up my mind. I'm fired, right? Are you guys ready to fire me? But right, the octopus coming off the edge like that is so cool. Although he's going to have to go over the edge. I wish his eye was on the top. It's okay. I think that would be cool. And then I could go in with the wax and warm it up so that everything was cohesive. Yes, I think so. So I'm going to have to wrap this around to the lip too.
He said your halo won't go up under the tapestry.
It'll show up a little bit, but you're right, Flea, not very.
Betty likes the first. Elizabeth likes the first. Wendy says, I don't remember seeing it before.
It was one of the, it came out with the holiday release. I really thought that this would be super fun and that it would really translate well from like fall to Christmas. I made some como se dice, some Christmas stockings using this paper. I believe Lynn did a tray using this paper. I just thought it would be more popular. I really do love this a lot. I like it a lot.
Okay, Hanson on TikTok says that would match great, but loves that one more. I'm not sure which one.
I think it's the topography
I think it's the topography.
that's doing it for me. I'll do another box or something, and I'll use that other paper because I do think that the tattered tapestry would look beautiful with our kind of faux leather finish.
See, everybody's going with your tapestry because I think it fits better with the wood look.
Should I use a tapestry?
I mean, that's what everybody's saying at first.
Okay.
So,
Fine. No, I'm
like
just kidding.
Kate said, you're not going to see very much of the halo.
It's okay. I can put some more distress on there. And it's even this tapestry specifically looks better. We'll do this one. You guys are probably right. Let me trim this. And if you guys are new to Roycycled, the Roycycled decoupage paper is 21 by 29 inches. So it's a huge sheet of paper. Like this one has 2 distinct designs on it, right? And it's not like the tissue that you use when you're wrapping gifts. It's heavier, which is why it's so forgiving when you decoupage. But it is tissue paper, so it still like virtually disappears on your surface when you decoupage with it. So it's an 18-pound tissue is what it is. See, now you guys are going to make me center stuff too. I'm going to have to be concise. And I think that's as good as we're going to get. I got to get my husband to bed, you guys, because he has to go to work tomorrow.
Yeah, no holiday for me.
I know. I'm sorry. No holiday for me either. I'll be working. I'll be happily working. I've been trying to like work on reframing my thought process, like really trying lately. There's a sound on the social medias about how the thing that you're tired and you're exhausted, but it's because you're doing the very thing that you prayed for, right? The thing that you like begged the Lord for, and now it's here. And like we get to be tired from doing that thing that we prayed for. So I just have to remind myself.
Lisa Vansel says, I think the tapestry paper will become more popular as we see others using it.
Yeah, this one will come back. I mean, I don't think it's, I don't know if I may have retired it because nobody bought it. I don't know. I can't remember. There's so many designs. It's hard to keep track.
Well, if it's retired, then there should be some at the warehouse during the retreat.
Oh, yeah. That's right. When you come for the retreat too, you get to shop my stash. I was laughing because one of the videos, Brenda asked Tara and Sonnet what was her favorite part. And they're like, we got to shop Royce's stash.
Yeah.
They got to hit up my whatnot stash and the paper stash. Okay. So I'm thinking there is good. And I'm going to go ahead and use water-based varnish tonight. And you can use whatever brand you have on your table, right? Whatever you're already using is fine. And I'm saying varnish, you guys, we use words interchangeably. So you'll hear one creator say varnish, one will say clear coat, one will say top coat. We're talking about the same stuff. It's the same stuff. And if you guys are new to like, maybe you're just discovering these videos where people are making things and we're using language that maybe you don't quite understand what everything means. And so you feel like you're missing some of the information. When you become a Roycycled Besties, I do give you a, oh Lord, I told myself I was going to forget the word, so I did. A glossary So it's a glossary of crafting terms or creative terms. And I believe it's like the third email that you get on my welcome sequence, you get that glossary. So if you're someone who's like stumbled into this crazy world of ours and you feel like sometimes you're lost because you don't quite understand exactly what everyone's talking about, become a recycled insider and you can get a glossary.
Who's on Junksters has some of the paper available.
Oh, there we go. Are you online yet, Tammy? So I'm going to clean up a little bit before I make a mess. I don't want to put that water in yet. And I'm going to start with this decoupage. Now, because this is a darker color, it's more saturated. There's more ink on the top. I'm actually going to spritz the bottom of my paper or the back of the paper. And the reason that I missed my paper is because it makes the fibers relax and advance. When you're decoupaging and you're getting wrinkles, it's because the paper starts moving as soon as it comes into contact with the moisture from your decoupage medium. So by spraying it in advance, we're basically just getting it to expand before we start decoupaging, so that when it comes into contact with the moisture from the decoupage medium, it doesn't respond and you don't get wrinkles. And you guys see how I sprayed it and then I like chilled and let it rest. Don't spray it and go right away. Just like let it go, you know.
Tammy's not online.
And you'll get like a really beautiful wrinkle-free application. It is one of my favorite ways to get a wrinkle-free finish. And this works with the recycled tissue paper. I don't know about the other substrates.
Carol Kincaid asks, can you use Wise Owl varnish?
That is exactly what I'm using tonight, Carol. So yes. And I'm using my my water-based varnish top coat, clear coat, right? As both an adhesive and to seal my project. I like using quality varnishes or top coats because I feel like it's going to give me a really durable finish. But if you have Mod Podge, if you have matte medium, maybe you have acrylic products on your creative space, then you can use those as well. So I am putting down my medium. I'm looking from the side. And when you look from the side, you guys, you can see it's shiny. I don't know if you guys can see that. But if you look and there's a spot that's not shiny, that means there's not enough product there. And if you go over that spot that doesn't have product, you'll get a bubble later. So we don't want bubbles. We want to make sure that we have like a nice even coat of medium. And I always turn mine around because I just prefer working from one side to the other. And so I'm going to work from one end to the other. And the reason, is there like a piece of something under there? There is. The reason is because I want to push out any air that might get trapped under there, because that's another way you can get bubbles. So, and because I misted my paper, I'm really not working out any wrinkles because it's not wrinkling. But what I'm doing is I'm pushing out any air that gets caught underneath there. And I'm also making sure that there's good contact between the paper and the surface.
This came in a little earlier, but we just haven't had a chance. Lisa Vancil, that edge you cut off would be great on a side table. And Alyssa Visithan, my husband replaces the words have to with get to.
Yeah.
So instead of having to go to work, he says, I get to go to work. It changes his mindset. Good for him. I have to go.
It's true though. We are there's a lot in the world that we're absolutely not in control of, right? Like we understand that. But there's a lot that we are in control of, and how we react to things, how we interpret things, we're in control of that. And so I try. I'm not always successful. I'm having major like heartburn right now because I'm stressing about stuff. I told David in my quest to be not outwardly stressed out, I feel like my body is getting all of it now. But you know, we're all a work in process, work in progress. I did want to do this side thing because I want to show you guys how I approach this. You see how I have that like there? It's kind of like a dart, right? And I'm going to leave that there. And I'll trim that after everything is dry. So I'm just going to add, I'm going to have to dry that corner. I don't, so when I close my box, I risk getting clear coat on the bottom. I guess it won't stick though, even if it gets on there because it's waxed. So maybe I'm making it hard for no reason. And I'm trying to stay in frame too, which is not exactly easy. So I'm just applying my varnish right on this edge. And then I'm folding the paper over and I'm sticking it to it. And then pushing it down. And basically the same process, just this is just a smaller ledge, right? And I'm going to leave that dart there and I'm going to deal with that after everything is dry. I think you guys were right. This was right paper. And I know I'm not showing you guys, I'm sorry, but we're under the paper. I'm just going up in the lid with the medium. And then I'm going to push that paper down.
Kathleen Uva says, I'd like to see the lip edges. I always struggle with that.
Yeah, when I was looking at it today, I was thinking that's probably something we could focus on. I like to think about like what we're going to talk about or what technique we're going to address every time I teach. And so you guys will notice I just went all the way around, right? And these corners, I would like for them to be as tight as possible, meaning I want to cover as much of each side as possible. And then I'm going to dry this. I think it'll dry fairly quickly because of the metal. Oh, Lord, I'm sorry, baby. I'm over. My knee is hurting too. She ready to get up too. And you know what? The grunginess, I'm going to show you guys. It's not as obvious because the paper is darker, but it's still there. My halo that I made underneath. And I think it's more beautiful that it's subtle. And probably the fact that it's kind of green under the red because they're complements, right? They're opposite on the color wheel. It just looks dark. It doesn't look green at all because the red is kind of canceling out the green.
Penny Bourbon says that color is perfect.
I think so, Penny. You guys were right. Dang it.
Jamie Maloney says, what is the name of this paper?
This is Tattered Tapestry is the name of this paper.
Lisa Bansell says the way you were holding it makes it look like a pillow for Aladdin.
Can I get some gold on there like Aladdin? That would be nice. I think as a child, that's where I got to know Gilbert Gottfried is from that cartoon. I mean, I know he had been a comedian for long before that, but.
Tammy at Tucson Youngsters says she's stressing about retiring. But Flea says she did as well. Then she did it. Now she wonders why she didn't do it sooner.
Oh, to retire? Oh, you guys are right. That is so pretty. Look at that red with the bottom. It's like so perfect. So, two things. I could have done I was being lazy. I didn't want to measure, so I cut it way bigger. And so what's happening is as it dries, all this extra paper right here is pulling the paper off of my edge. So I'm going to go back in and trim away some of this extra paper because and this is why, and actually this is good that we did this. This is why when I tell you guys I trim just like 1/8 of an inch past where I need paper, this is why. Because when you have a lot of extra paper, it literally pulls on your paper that you're decoupaging as it dries because it draws up. So, and I could also cut slits like this and that will release some of that tension as well, right? Just cut some slits down like that. And now the paper is going to relax and it's going to stop pulling on my project. But I was trying to hurry. and I did not measure. So, but it's not a big deal. I'm going to go back in and put some more product under the lip of this, and then we'll dry it again. I really do want to trim this with you guys tonight. So I can just go back in, right? And just add some more product and lay that back down. Like, it's not going to be a big deal. If the paper that you're laying down feels stiff, you can mist it again with some more water.
Is Airy Canary Nest?
No, she's Queen Airy on
I'm jumping back. I apologize, all you TikTok folk, because I'm going between like 4 places. Dawn Nunn, that paper is gorgeous. Where do you get it?
You can find, if you guys are looking for recycled decoupage paper, you can find it at roycycle.com. You can also find our map with retailers. So you can put your location on the map and see if you have a recycled retailer near you. And even if you don't have someone that's like in your community, you can reach out to the nearest retailer because you can probably get better shipping rates from someone that's closer to you. No, roycycle.com. It's roycycle.com, baby.
Mess me up.
Because Recycle Treasures is too long.
That's the name of the business.
It is, but nobody, I mean, I don't even say treasures anymore. I just say recycled. I decided that I would be a little bit more ambiguous because I don't know what the future of recycled is. Like, I don't know. So I don't want to be beholden to just one thing. Okay. Maybe I should do more with this paper because maybe that's what happened. And this was a holiday design too, so it may come back in the fall. Like, the whole back lifted up. So we're just going to lay it back down. It's not a huge deal. But I do want to make sure that the paper is laid down tight before I go in and trim. And just like we do when we sew, you guys, these darts, I'm just going to trim them like that. Easy peasy.
Betty Hilt says it looks Moroccan.
It could be. I think, for those of you who came to the retreat, I don't know if you guys noticed, but I had like area rugs in all of my vignettes. I had like little vignettes, and then I had like large vignettes with like doors and chairs and stuff. And each of them had an area rug. But I think that's just my aesthetic. I remember being a young woman and looking at spaces and magazines where people traveled all over the world and they have like these really cool things that they purchased. One of my contractors, he and his husband went to Europe and they took the cruise, you know, when they cruise and they get to go to all the different countries. And he brought me back some baklava and some kind of taffy was in that other tin. Yeah. I think it's cool that he thought about me while he was on vacation. Okay, you guys, I love this piece. I love it almost as much as I love last week's piece. And to me, like, I know this is going to seem weird, but when I look at this piece, this feels industrial to me, even though, you know, it isn't like, I think sometimes when people think about something being industrial, they think about it being like super specific with, I love gears, I love metal, I love the rustiness. But when I'm thinking about an industrial space from a design perspective, I'm also thinking about the other things that would be in that space, right? So like coffee sack. To me, a rug like this would be in that space. An old sign from the old buses, which is why we have the subway, the grungy subway decoupage paper. All that comes from like my imagination of what a loft space that was like real life industrial design would look like. And so these are opportunities for you to be able to interject those textures into your space in a way that's a lot less expensive. Okay. So, whoops, I locked my box. Oh man, I don't want to pull on it, but I'm gonna have to. Okay. So my edges right here, I'm gonna clip them. I'm gonna clip it a little bit long because if I clip it too short, the white edge will show. Isn't the end of the world, but it does. I'll have to go in with paint, right, and try to hide it. So let me see if I can get a good angle. So I like to just go. I'm just gonna clip it off, but I'm gonna clip it long. I would rather have it overlap here when I go to put more decoupage medium on there than to cut it too short. So I'm just gonna go to all my little triangles around here and I'm gonna snip it. This one's already torn right on the edge, so I'll have to go on with a little bit of paint. Not a big deal. I'm gonna do the same thing here. So that's how I deal with it, like going over the edge, because you're kind of wrapping it. This lid opening and closing is causing me additional stress, y'all. And I'm gonna have to let this dry. This back part we'll do together tomorrow. This will be one of the ones we do when we do our finishings, because you guys know I don't like to go in with the razor blade when I think there's any kind of moisture. But these parts right here, I can just use same thing as we always do. But I do like to snip before I sand. And we'll go in together and we'll finish trimming this tomorrow. During our finishing session, if that's okay. Because I want to let my husband get some dinner and get to bed at a decent hour. But I want to finish enough for you guys to get an idea of the box. Like, that is really pretty, isn't it? I'm not going to be able to sell this. I like it. And I don't know if you guys can see, it's really subtle, but that halo is there underneath. You can, I mean, to me, you can, the middle looks a little lighter and brighter and the edges look darker. And so even though this is a darker paper, I do still think that that halo is coming through and that's adding dimension to this piece. But that's all I have for tonight. You guys, thank you so much for joining us. I really do enjoy our Sunday nights together, and I hope you guys learned something or you're inspired by something that I shared tonight. And I want you guys to know that we are always experimenting here. So sometimes things work out and sometimes they don't. But you guys hear me say where experimentation goes, creativity follows. So please give yourself permission to play, to experiment with your supplies, with your process, because that's where our creativity grows and that's where we learn. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, if you're looking for Roycycled decoupage paper, you can find the paper and the retailers who carry it at roycycled.com. You guys have a blessed week, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm early tomorrow. And we're going to wrap up and do all the detail work on the pieces that we've done together in the last week. Bye. Good night, TikTok.